As far as the Rafi situation goes, we were going to talk a few days about it, and I said, Greg, let's let this die down a little bit and like
Yeah.
let the smoke clear a little bit before we really dig into this. And since then, John Henry and his group flew in to Kansas City.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's just been more developments. Good call by you
I
holding
mean,
off.
I can't remember any situation John Henry's hopped on a plane and gone to see a player, but this is also a player in Rafael Devers who's making 300 plus million dollars. It's the biggest contract in franchise history. So that's his money, right? And it
Yeah.
matters.
A
And this is
lot of money
one
too.
of, if not the face of your franchise, if he wants to be or not, he is, and everyone realizes that. So my thought process on this whole thing is there's two sides of it, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, I think ultimately you paid him for his bat. You never paid him to be a defender. He at the time you paid him, he was your third baseman, and that was the plan, but he was never going to be an above average defender. I think we can all agree on that. He was going to
Yeah.
be serviceable at best. He was going to make the plays right at him. But he wasn't going to give you a lot of range. He wasn't going to win a gold glove. He wasn't going to have all these crazy metrics defensively, right? Um, and obviously he loses his job in spring training when Bregman comes in. That was a big deal about him moving to third base because he wants to be the third baseman. I get that. That's the one side of this is like there's a human aspect that I think we don't do a good job in the media and sometimes as a fan base of accounting for is the human side of this of ego and pride and embarrassment a little bit. And
Hmm.
so he loses his job at third base eventually comes around to the whole DH thing, and he's finally settling in. He's finally getting results. He has this routine, and now the team says, "Hey, we need you to play first base." Now, here's where the other side comes in. This is the optics of the whole situation from the fan base and everyone around baseball is this is a guy making $30 million. They say jump, you say how high. That's how it should be,
Hmm.
right? That's how we look at it. And you would think that would be the case. And Rafi clearly standing up for himself from what we know and saying, look, you've made me change position once. I'm finally in this position and doing well and things going great. And you want me to change again.